Ever since I wrote an essay about the relationship between mankind and nature, I've been really stuck with this theme. It seems to be like a never-ending story, and it's just everything about the theme that we could have this relationship of symbiosis, but we can also be in opposition towards nature. And sometimes nature has the power and sort of destroy and break down what we have built, but a lot of times mankind is in control. And so we do all these small things to nature, like prune the trees to, give more fruit, or cut them down. We enhance basically all our world is created by nature. So it's what is giving us the energy, and so all these things I think is really inspiring. So I often use materials or shapes that has a connection to either nature or mankind. So for example, the symbol of the rope is one about taming and about power, but it is also a very elaborate and nice material with these two curves moving around each other. So it's also very beautiful and like a clothing detail, like embroidery. So I think the rope in itself has a really ambiguous artistic expression, and I combine it with these details. They're made with a galvanic method called electroforming, and that is that you can use any sort of material that will burn to create a mold. So that I can do like a sculpture in wax, or I can do it in wood or in textiles anything that will burn. And I then connect it to electric circuits, and using like a liquid media that will transfer this electricity, bringing copper particles to my model. So this way I can get really accurate and nicely detailed metal objects, but also very light. So you can see that I'm quite a big scale, but they does not have any weight. So I think that is really nice. And I also like to do things to the material, like for example, if it's a three-dimensional material, I like to make it flat. And if it's a flat material, I like to make it three-dimensional. So I like this sort of plays or like games with perception, I think. I think it's interesting. And I'm only showing necklaces here today, and that's also because I think a necklace is a really, for me, it's a hard object to make, because I want it to be perceived as a whole piece. I don't like it to be a pendant hanged on a piece of string, or I want it to make sense all the way through. So that's, I think, one of the main things that I really, really strive towards.